Hello, 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 my beautiful. Oh my golly. It's like I thought, I'll leave the Jay Slater case alone for a day or two. But I can't because there's so much coming together right now. First off, I want to shout out to Wax Unfiltered. Thank you, sir. You're doing a fine job. Hats off to you. Great job. As well as Joseph Morris. Hats off to you, sir. Appreciate your work. And I thank you both for the shout out. And I want to give a shout out to Angels Piece of Peace because they did their own work. Everybody did their own work, but I mean, they didn't do a video about somebody. They actually released the second half of this reporter, the female reporter that went to Tenerife. So they went out and they dug this up. And listening to that part, I was like, okay, what did she just say? Because she talked to Brad. She's the one that interviewed Brad. Now she's come, well, not now, but this video, she's got a migraine. But you have a migraine, but you choose to do a TikTok right then. Whatever. Anyway, in that, which I grabbed a snip of from Angel's Piece of Peace. Go check her out. Beautiful job, beautiful energy. And that blew me away. Not to say that the guys didn't blow me away. All of them are. And I feel like as creators, I feel honored to be included in that group that are working for actually the truth. What is the truth in the Jay Slater case? Well, where did this female reporter get this idea that the actual Avogada Guardios decided, the police followed a lead on Jay thinking he was alive when he wasn't, but, well, allegedly, I guess that's a thought in itself. So they follow a lead that turned out to be Brad. That's huge. So somebody called into the Avogados, right? The police, the Guardios, and was like, hey, I see Jay Slater. Here's where I see him. They follow the lead, and it turns out to be Brad. Where'd she get that from? She got it from Brad. He's the one that told her, she says. So I'm going to be playing that for you. I'm also going to be doing a little rewind into the past of an older interview when Lucy's apartment. They followed a lead thinking Jay was alive, and it led them to Lucy's apartment, allegedly, according to the cousin of her roommate. Okay, now think about that. Let's put that all together and so much more. Welcome to 1111 True Crime. I am doing a live with you now, or you might be watching replay. If you're watching replay, remember, you're in control of your buttons. If you don't want to do the meet and greet, I understand. Fast forward 2-3 seconds, maybe 30 at the most, and that'll give me a chance to say hello to those on the live. Let's get chat on the board. We have a lot to cover. I want to talk about what AP can mean if it's not a watch. It's a reach, but I'm going to throw it out there. I'm just like seeing if the cat licks it up because something's weird. You don't sell a watch for 10 quid. Not inexpensive. I looked it up. 10 quid is like 13 American dollars. Not going to happen. So, yeah. Let's get into this. Hi, Violet1. Hello, lovely. And Susan Paris. Hello. Lovely to see you too, my dear. Thank you for modding, Jennifer Swain. You are so dedicated and loyal to us as an 1111 family and to me and our channel. I want to thank you for that. I had a couple snooper chats come through on PayPal. I want to say thank you, Linda. I don't want to give the last name of these people because they may not want me to. And thank you, Jennifer, for that because and as. Some were donating towards our gift card that we sent out, which was chosen. Gina GD, I believe is the name, she chose an Amazon gift card, and I purchased it and sent it to her on an email. So that's already done. We still are sending off this coming week our beautiful DBC camera to the winner of that, and they have claimed it. They are delighted, and this is the first time they've ever won anything. So thank you to all for helping us get to 30,000. Now, let's get back into the meet and greet. Just a few shout outs. Gotta do the, channel thank yous, because you guys make this happen. Hi, Holly Berry. Hello, hello. Pucker Princess. Hello, my beautiful. And Justice for Jay. Space Rotch. How are you? Michelle McCrae. Hi, brilliant, beautiful lady. Michelle from London. Thank you, love. And hello to everybody. I greatly appreciate you all. And with that, I want to get going. I want to show you. Okay. I have the whole video, and I'm going to break it down for you as a reaction video. I'm going to get all of her little clips, and I'm going to put them together in the next day or two or three, and I'm going to give you my reaction, because there's a lot to what she says. And one of her TikToks that I got is 16 minutes long. She's Wendy, right? We're going to call her Wendy from Peter Pan. And Wendy, because I don't want to use her real name, even though she's a reporter, she's the one that talked to Brad where they're sitting on the bench and all that. But what I did grab, let me show you. Because I'm all like, and we got to take chat off, because I put on the closed caption, and it's not perfect by no means, but it gives you an idea. Listen to what she says. So keep in mind, she is stating that a lot of people were saying they were seeing Jay alive and reporting it to the police, including that the police followed up a lead that led them to Brad. Why am I going on about this? Before you hear all that, I'm just going to roll through this real quick. We'll come back to each one. Brad's mom controlling the social media and the narrative. Was that Brad's glasses at Masca? Was he there? No one from the boat ever came clear and said, no, it wasn't our boat. So that always bothered me. And I'm like, is that a picture of Jay on the boat? And is somebody taking a picture of that? Because it looked like him, Brad, in the reflection on the glasses to me. Is Brad got a black eye? I don't know. It's really fishy, isn't it? Brad talks about FaceTiming with Jay when he's got hardly any percent on his phone for battery, which seems impossible. And I have to ask, why didn't Brad seem to take Jay serious or help him out? So I have a lot of questions about Brad, and I've often wondered, is it possible that Jay was never at Masca? However, it would have been a doppelganger. And everybody was like, they look nothing alike. Really? Put some sunglasses on them. They sure do. They have the same type of hairstyle. They're both they're fine features, if you know what I mean. They're not like chunky features. They're narrow. They've got the same type of a build. To me, if you didn't know who this was, you could mistake it as this person. So with that, I just think it's weird, because we don't have anything proving Jay existed after the NRG festival. And the only way I can think of with a tourist location that there's so much hype that there's cameras all over everywhere. Like they're trying to prevent theft. So there's cameras everywhere. The only way to avoid all these cameras all up in Masca and all over Veronica's Strip would be if you were in a boat out to sea. If you're in a boat out to sea, you ain't going to be seen by no CCTV. It wouldn't happen. And so I often say in the cases that we work, and Sassy and Jenny and a lot of the others that have been with me forever of our 1111 family have heard me say very often, sometimes the lack of evidence is the biggest evidence in the case. And the lack of CCTV footage would mean, and I put superpower on my last thumbnail, on my last video, and it still holds true. Jay would have to have been Superman and become invisible to not only CCTV footage, but as well as he would have to be invisible to all guests, all tourists, all employees other than the one, which, whatever. He would have to have the ability to walk amongst the living and use a phone that doesn't have the power to do that. So this narrative doesn't fit. It backs us up to the Energy Festival. And I'm keeping on the blackboard or whiteboard this thought that she's about to share with us, okay? Let me make sure you can hear it first. I'll play a second or two. It's really low.
Sorry, fighting another village again.
I'm checking if I can turn it up any louder, and I can. Get ready.
Hunting across the street and
okay.
The sighting. Every guy of whatever, teens to probably into 30s, they've all got the same haircut over there. When we got on the plane, we were on a Ryanair flight from Manchester. I was like, wow, God, these dudes all have the same haircut. Like, it's all, they shaved out the back bit. So it would be easy for people to say, oh, we think we saw him, because, I mean, honestly, I could have picked 10 people on my plane that looked a bit like Jay. One of the sightings at the beginning, I believe, that ended up with the police looking somewhere else, it was Brad that they spotted. It wasn't Jay, because I can't remember the exact detail, but there was a report that led them to go and look in Los Cristianos.
Did you hear that? Listen again. It was Brad. So one of the sightings led police to Brad. Now that's important, because of the next clip I'm going to play. If you add them together, it really makes me wonder if they're not two parts to a puzzle. Was it really Brad that L.E. saw in Lucy's apartment? Where was Brad staying? Was Brad staying with Lucy? Listen to her again.
The sightings at the beginning, I believe, that ended up with the police looking somewhere else. It was Brad that they spotted. It wasn't Jay, because I can't remember the exact detail, but there was a report that led them to go and look in Los Cristianos. Brad told me about that.
Brad told me about that. So, what that does is it makes my little brain kind of like think about that. How easily the two are interchangeable. And then I'm thinking about MW talking about Jay's trainers being those dark green kind of whatevers that actually Brad's wearing at the funeral of Jay. A matching pair, but yet Jay's in white trainers, and I'm like, wait a minute. So then I'm thinking of that picture in Masca, and I'm thinking about the glasses, and everybody's like, they're Brad's glasses, which is a rumor. We have no proof. I looked online. The only picture I can find of Brad in those sunglasses, they don't match, unless there's a different picture and I don't have it yet. All right, so I'm like, could be, Brad's glasses. Who knows? Could have been somebody else's. But it's the shoes and the cigarette and the lighter. And then I'm like, the blanket. If the blanket is actually Lucy's blanket, and what if the police the Zordo avocados were doing their investigation, and they're followed, thinking it's Jay, followed the lead, and it takes them to Lucy's apartment. Now listen to this one. Let's switch over. Now keep in mind that female Ilsa from the Frozen, the reporter that did the Tenerife thing, she's the one saying that Brad told her the police followed a lead that led to him, and they thought it was leading to Jay. Now we're going to switch over to an old recording. This is a cousin who is the roommate to Lucy, right? Cousin to the roommate of Lucy, allegedly. And this is very interesting. All right. Here we go. Oh, for real? Let me see. I can get it right back on there. Are you kidding? This one keeps disappearing on me. Hold on. I got it. Oh, I come prepared. I got packets. Okay, let me speed it up a little bit because he goes through a little bit of his own, like, you know, I'm so-and-so.
Her roommate direct.
Yeah.
And anyone that's saying, oh, yeah, she's out there or she's returned to England is not true. And I spoke to my cousin yesterday before they went to work, and, yeah, they confirmed that she was still...
444. That's the number in chat right now. I just had to share that because I've been getting duplicates all day.
Out there in Lanzarote, whether she's hiding out there or whatever, but what they did confirm was that when the police and whatever other authority it was that searched the apartment there, they were informed that Jay was there. That's the reason why that got searched, and that was like 2 or 3 days after the Airbnb got searched.
Right.
So they...
So, the Avogados go investigation. They go to the Airbnb and they do their search. Remember the guy that did the interview about saying they wouldn't comment? Right? They did their search. Then they leave there and allegedly head over to Lucy's because they've been told of a lead that has taken them to Lucy's. Is it the blanket? Is that what led them to Lucy's apartment? And then they're like, wait a minute, this dude has her okay, so is it really Brad that is at Masca with that blanket and those shoes that match? I'm wondering. Okay, I'm going to pull it back, listen again. Now remember, I'm not the one telling you that the police are following a lead on Jay that take them to find Brad. He's the one telling Ilsa from the Frozen, the reporter that interviewed Brad. He's telling her directly off camera. And we've all been wondering if those shoes are indeed Brad's. Why do a picture of your feet? We have that call where Brad claims that he's FaceTiming Jay. How is he FaceTiming Jay if Jay's phone is at 1%? No. Was he the one that had Jay's phone in Masca? Is he the one that whipped it? Is he jumping in the white car on the highway and skedaddling back to wherever the rock is he crawled out from under? Was he playing the doppelganger? Let's rewind it and we'll get back over. Think about it. Be awful coincidental for them to follow a lead and it turn out to be Brad, and them also follow a lead that they heard Jay was alive, and then they go to Lucy's apartment.
They're about to go into peak season out there, but workers do know a lot of information. They stick together, and again, I can talk to that, like I can say from experience myself, they do. and again, they've all been so they're all quite scared about that, but they're just carrying on with day by day as general. They all go to work, they all stick together, they all go out with one another after work finishes to the places that are left open. All other bars all know one another, they all get cheap drinks, you know, majority of the time don't even have to pay. So
that's standard across a lot of the Spanish resort areas.
It is. Anywhere for that matter. Like I worked in Cyprus, in Ayia Napa as well, so it does, it's the same everywhere. Workers stick together, but they, as I say, it's, to me, from what I've been told, I believe it to be 100% true, because Lucy apparently the next day then flew out to Lanzarote to allegedly go and stay with family. So anyone that's, and again, that's come right from her roommate direct.
Yeah. And
anyone that's saying, oh yeah, she's out there or she's returned to England, is not true. And I spoke to my cousin yesterday.
So let's dig into this. I spoke to my cousin yesterday, and we're right at the beginning now. And the guy does know the locals. I do believe him. I could be wrong. But I do feel like he's being straight up. He knows the local concept. He's worked there. You can tell he's not just, out trolling. He's talking about things that make sense. And how it gets into this whole story where the LE police end up at Lucy's, and they're following a lead that Jay might be there. And then I'm thinking about that reporter and Brad talking about how he's saying he got mistaken for Jay. Here we go.
Before they went to work, and they confirmed that she was still out there in Lanzarote, whether she's hiding out there or whatever. But what they did confirm was that when the police and whatever other authority it was that searched the apartment there, they were informed that Jay was there. That's the reason why that got searched, and that was like 2 or 3 days after the Airbnb got searched.
Right.
So they searched that apartment because they were told on good information that he was there.
Right.
And she stays, this is Lucy, apparently stays between 2 places, a place in Playa and a place in Los Cristianos.
Yep.
And again, if you know them areas, you'll know they're not massively far from one another. Still a drive to Los Cristianos or a bus, but that's where she spends most of her time between them 2 places. So they didn't find anything there. They were looking apparently for belongings of his and the other.
Hi, Andrew. You said, what a load of fluff. Use just reaching now. Desperate for new clocks, because I love clocks, TikTok. It's embarrassing. Don't you feel ashamed ever? Andrew, if I honestly felt ashamed of what I do, I wouldn't do what I do. I do this because, and I'm going to address this even though you're a tater tot, and an undercooked tater tot at that. I do this because this is bullshit, and we're not going to swallow your narrative. The more the narrative is uncovered by us doing the work, like Wax Unfiltered, like Joseph Morris, like Angel, Piece of Pieces, and Evil Exists, the more you guys start trying to embarrass us. But here's the thing. I don't care what you think. Nobody else does either. All you did is contribute by your view and your click to my success. Just saying, thank you for the click and the view, you tater tot. Now get the hell off my channel. Somebody want to kick the door open for him or her, Andrew? All right. Angels of Peace says Ilsa changed the phone ping after Little Miss of Vodka sent her a video and thanked her for it in a video Mama D first played. Thank you, lovely. Thank you. Allie says, Gary, it is steps at Masca. Gary, we checked it out. Mama, look at Tattle Life, pic of Brad and his mom, Rach. Hark. Somebody send that to me at rubberducky2005@yahoo.com. So you heard they searched the apartment over there. And it just bothers me because I'm like, could it be? And I mean, if you're nowhere to be found on this holiday island anywhere, no picture, no witness, you weren't there in my book. Just what I believe. And if you weren't there, how'd you get off the island? We have a beach footage missing off the thing. Like there's no other beach footages that match the beach footage we're watching that Joseph Morris breaks down for you. Go check that out because I was floored. Okay? So what I'm saying is, if Ilsa, which she said, this was this beach footage that's all over the place, it's a conspiracy theory because it happened a few nights later. No, it didn't. Go look at the calendar. All the other videos are accounted for. It doesn't fall into any of those. There's only one missing. It's like having a damn puzzle with one piece missing. This piece doesn't match any of the other pieces. So therefore, it looks to me, personally, in my humble opinion, that the beach video, somebody copied it and released it and was like, what the hell is this? And they were like, oh, get that beach video down so that they can't prove it came from us. But what they forgot to do is cover their tracks and delete others. So it only left one place for that little puzzle piece to fit snugly into. Now we're closer to the water. Regardless if those people are running or walking on that boat, they're carrying coolers. We have a boat that disappears at the same exact time after doing some little 360 in the ocean. And you think you want to call me a conspiracy theorist because I suggest that this kid may have been injured and taken onto a boat that disappeared off the entire face of the earth for over 49 days? What about this? What about Debbie, the mother, stating that not all of Jay was returned? There are pieces missing. Now call me crazy. So, for all of you out there that do true crime, that get on your channel and you're like, I don't know. I mean, if you want to call it a conspiracy theorist, I'm not into that. What the hell are you doing? A conspiracy is 2 or more or 3 or more people conspiring to commit a crime. Happens every damn second on this planet. You want to say there's no way there was pieces missing, but there were. You want us to believe this kid walked all the way off a cliff in the middle of broad daylight and was talking to people on the phone when he got no battery. Never happened in my book. Who went to Masca? Whose shoes are in that picture? Whose blanket is in that picture? Brad and Lucy, in my humble opinion. That's just my opinion, though. Call me crazy. I don't care. But to get into true crime and then say I'm not going to dive into any conspiracy theories, well, then you're going to have a short-lived channel. Because if it was so easy to solve and there was nothing conspiring behind it to hide it, then there's nothing to look at. So yes, I believe there is an absolute conspiracy here to commit a crime and cover the damn thing up. And how many kids' lives are we saving by talking about the fact that there's no trace of life of Jay after an NRG festival? No trace. How is that possible? Thousands of cameras everywhere, anywhere, all over. Digital world, tourist community, where thieving is one of their highest crimes there, followed by red rum. Aw, there, Valerie Neal, thank you, welcome to Starlights. So you feel what I'm saying? We have pieces of Jay missing. We have no footage that existed after the NRG rape. We have a boat missing. There is nothing that you, nor I, nor anyone outside of the recovery team, if you want to call it, that can put Jay ever in Masca. Not even as a bag of bones. There's no footage. It's just words. It's just words. The only thing we do have is we have confirmation of allegedly the Coast Guard telling the locals that the remains of Jay had already been found. Coast Guard is water, missing boat, no proof of life after NRG, Brad's shoes, the blanket, Jay's phone, the picture where Jay allegedly is selling an AP whatever. It didn't even say watch. It just says, hey, let's look at that real quick. Because I know this is reaching, but I got to show you this. Okay, hold on. Switch over. I just want the words, so I got to shrink it up. All right. Oops. What have I done? I got something playing. I think I got Ilsa playing. Oh no, I could hear talking. Okay, listen to this. Yes, cuz now you guys are the ones that I'm telling you, 90% of you were like, this is Ab talking. Jay can't talk like this because he's not from East London. This is Ab. I don't know if it is or not, but that's what y'all told me. Now it says on here, can you see? You're not seeing. Let me make it bigger now. Okay, let's get it on the screen. Now this is a reach, but you know what? You got a lot of college kids. A lot of college kids go to Tenerife. You got an NRG festival. It's all kids that go to college, right? Or kids, college age. AP is a test that Smarties take. The Smarties, the college kids. So I thought it was weird because I'm like, okay, it doesn't say jewelry or watch. It just says, yeah, cuz, as in my cousin, my buddy, my friend, which could be Ab's kind of language, ended up getting thrown out of there. Yeah. So his friend, his cousin, ended up getting thrown out of there. Yeah. Cuz ended up getting thrown out of there. Me with 2 Molly kids. Now, if this is Ab, is he taking a picture of somebody he's calling a Molly kid? I don't know. Just took an AP off some CUNT. Sounds like you're taking an AP watch off someone. But what if you're taking a student, a college student, off someone's hands? Because it's a setup. On my way to sell it for 10 quid. What if it's me? I know I'm reaching. I just have to get it off my chest. You can say I'm silly. I'm a silly sod. It's all right. But it never says jewelry. It never says Rolex. It never says watch. And I know an AP stands for watch. But there's also an AP slang is a college kid. You feel me? I'm just wondering. Here's the AP I'm selling. Because we got a boat going somewhere without its GPS on, and we're missing parts of Jay, and it's really getting to me when I'm finding out that there's pieces missing. Right? Starship says, I wonder who paid for this. I can't say it because of YouTube. Sharon says, same as I don't think that's Jay in the picture on the boat. I think also it looks like Tom or Davis Hargreaves. I think it looks like Tom. I know I said it didn't, but the more I looked at it, the more I think it looks like Tom. Right? Aw, Jennifer, thank you. Thank you so incredibly much. I appreciate that snooper chat very much. Ocean Deep 24 AM said he did go Masca, and I don't believe anything is said, to be honest. In my opinion, it's a lie. Susan Jacobs says, I don't think he was ever at that B&B. I don't think he was alive. Or I will say this. I do think he was alive a lot longer. I think he was held on a boat and later found when the heat got too hot. See, I think this all started. Okay, I'm just going to break it down. I think this all started as a revenge thing. I think that Jay was spiked. Debbie never saw her son like that. He's not a mad drinker. He looked funny. The waitress at the rave, not along the way to the... Somebody tried to tell me that the waitress was at that place where they got the Pepsi. No. The waitress is back over here at the NRG rave. And she gave Jay some water and said he didn't look right. I think he's spiked. And then I think he's left for you know what, but still alive, and given off with a couple bucks to be sent off for good. And then the boat disappears with him. Later, they claim... Well, I'll just say, I think that the Coast Guard found him floating, missing some pieces. And they called up and they're like, hey, I think we got your boy. And the Avocado Guadio did their own thing, sold the narrative, and said Jay was found over here where everybody was talking about. And then we'll have a little controlled pay-per-view to go down that path so we have a head count, because we're about to blow the top off the mountain and it's going to come sliding down, hide all the tracks so nothing can ever be proven that Jay was there or not there, and we're just going to stick with our story. Meanwhile, we'll say we've done our investigation, but we're going to send the body home with the family and just say we had to keep some pieces and parts, but those are the pieces and parts we don't have to give. I could be wrong. Just a theory. Nikki says in the photo of them, see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. Check out Speak No Evil's feet. He has a sock missing. I think I had that photo, and I will look at it because somebody, and I don't remember who, but one of you beautiful 1111 said there's a pair of white tennis shoes in the picture, and I'm not sure, and I kind of wanted to see what you think. So we're going to be doing that tomorrow. We're going to be looking at those shoes. Or the next day. I just want to look at that shoes. I think there's something with them. I think there could be nothing there. But there does seem like there is some substance there that's white. I don't know if it's tennis shoes. But like if you look at the picture. And I need to blow it up. And alright, you talked me into somebody said, just do it. So I'll try to get PowerPoint open. We'll go over to jayslater. Instead of waiting, because I know you guys and me don't have patience. Because we want to know. We want to know. Ah, Camaro, thank you humbly for that snooper chat. That is so kind of you. You guys, I appreciate all the tips and donations. It really does help me out on the channel, and I greatly am thankful. I'm very thankful. Let me get over to PowerPoint so you can see what I'm doing. It's a mess right now. I wasn't planning on doing PowerPoint, so give me a minute. We're going to look at it. We're going to see if it's actually... yeah, could you take them? Could you mistake them if you didn't know them? Could you think one boy was the other? Let me get that off the board. Thank you again so much, Camaro. Thank you. And Jennifer Swain. Thank you, lovely. Okay? Could you tell them apart if you didn't know them? I don't know if I could. They look awful similar. Fine features, glasses. I don't know. All right, let's go over and do what we said we were going to do. Where is it? Let me make this bigger so I can find it. All right, let's duplicate this. And let's take all that off. And now, let me go to Jay's file. I want that picture of hear no evil, see no evil, all that kind of stuff. Let's go through our missing kids here. Jay. Un momento, my beautifuls. And it would be a picture. It's going to take me a second because there's a lot of Jay Slater pictures. And I don't even think I named that picture. I just grabbed it. I know I have it because I was looking at it the other day because they were like, that could be tennis shoes there. But you know, when you want it and you weren't expecting it. Normally I have this stuff stacked up for you guys. We may have to review it next time. If I cannot find it. I may have the video. If I can't find it here, we'll jump over to check on video because... Alright, we're jumping over to videos. It might be actually that I... Wait a minute. That is weird. Just give me a second, you guys. I just went to Jay Slater recordings. All files. Oh, all my files were wrong. Okay. I may have to do this at a later date. I can't find it. Oh, here it is. You guys are so fortunate. You're meant to see it. Okay, let's get it bigger. And let me play it here. See if I can drag it to make it bigger. Okay, guys, are you ready? Stop it for a minute. All right. Get ready. Right here, let's get our draw stick. I know it flipped. Give me a minute. Shoot, when I go to draw. All right, we're going to have to do it a little different. Let's get right back to where I was. Right there's the best picture. Let's grab a different device. And let's grab a snap of that part, okay? So that we can monkey with it. Now let's copy that. Let's bring this over. We're going to put it on top of the video for a minute. And we're going to blow it up. Let me get this draw button now. Because I'm going to do what I want. Even if the program don't want me to. This is where we're talking about, you guys. Right here. What is that? People are asking if it's the white trainers that Jay had on. And this is where Jay, his phone pinged last, right? I don't know if it is or not. I couldn't tell you. But I find that really, really strange. It does appear, like if you look at this, there's nothing right here. There's nothing right here. But what is this? So, let's get all our garbly grunk off there and let's blow it up again. And just see if we can make heads or tails out of it. We're going to crop it down. And then we're going to blow it up and it's going to look like it's a potato camera, right? And some people are going to be like, you can see anything you want if you want to. It's that paradoxal or whatever it's called. But whatever. Let's do it. We're going to clean it up. Boy, that's a mess, isn't it? All right. Let's get over Let me clear it up a minute, you guys. There we go. Let's go. We'll format it. Let me shrink this down and shrink this down so that you can see more of it. And that way you can see the change and see what the heck this really is. Let me get it down just a little smaller. All right, let's go with it. Let's see if we can, not the size, what's it doing? I want the picture, thank you. Okay, I gotta have this bigger to be able to use it. Let's darken this a little bit to see what the shape is. It could be shoes. Light colored shoes of some kind. Let's try increasing, let's take the contrast up by 15. Maybe even, let's go 50%, see what happens. Damn, that could be shoes, white shoes. Let's switch it to this really weird color. That is strange. It's got some markings, like right here. Looks like lines, and that looks like the sole of a shoe. Here you got the little place, you got the tongue of the shoe. If it is a shoe, I don't know. Right? And then this one too. And then something's laying, could be a shirt, laying on that one. Now, let's get this all off here. I don't know, you guys. I could be seeing stuff, but it does look, I mean, is it a shoe? Is it a shoe? We'll shrink that down. I'll come back up to top side. We'll get back into chat, see what you guys are thinking. Did another one of the lads who attacked Tom get killed by hit and run? Allegedly, possibly. Fiona Davis says, I wondered that Mariah even thought there was a J. Is red graffiti blood? Oh, okay. Let's go back. Now you got me wondering. Let's go back to the PowerPoint. Let's undo everything we did. And let's get this shrunk down. Okay. We'll put the shoe over here for now on this little sidebar. Forgive me. Okay, let's go forward again. I'm waiting until I can see it. It's in the beginning, isn't it? Right there. Okay. Let's see if that's letters or what that is. I'm just going to take a snapshot so I don't have to crop it of this part. All right, let's copy that. We'll paste it. Come on, man. Paste. All right, let's blow it up. Let's try working with the picture. All right. Let's try sharpening it a little. Okay, I went the wrong way, didn't I? Well, one thing I can say, it would be weird if they're shoes, because every one of these fellers got their shoes on, just for the knowledge. Okay, too bright. Let's go way dark. I don't know. Contrast. Brighten it up a little bit. It's hard to say. What are your thoughts of it? Crispy, whenever it's J, Tom pretending to be J or Dad J, I'm thinking, I don't even think the body. They say it's J, it's actually J. Why be just so deceptive with the info? Because they must have something else. Interesting. Thank you, Dave Dorr. I appreciate you. Hey, Chloe, the wave pattern is behind the one you drew also. This looks like a word. I could be wrong. But it looks like R.I.P. I don't know. It could be a smudge from someone's shoe. It is reddish. It is red colored. That is weird. A brownish red, isn't it? I'm not sure what to think of that, y'all. I don't know. What do you think? Us their significance to graffiti. Could be, could be. There's a lot to unpack in this case, but there is no proof of life after NRG. And that's the biggest OMG of this case for me. Because if he existed after that on the island, someone would have seen him. But the only people that we're hearing about is leads that led them to Brad. That's a big problem. Is it Brad's shoes? Is it Lucy's blanket? Were the Avocado Guazordio police actually following red herrings that Brad was leaving, thinking it was Jay? Is the blanket at Masca what led them to Brad or to Lucy's apartment? Lot of questions, especially about the boat that blinked out. And now we're finding out not all of Jay was returned home. There are pieces missing. And that's a fact. I love you guys. I will see you again soon. I don't know what to think right now about the case, but I pray for justice. I thank you for your time. I thank you for your energy. And I thank everybody that's working on this, from Wax Unfiltered to Joseph Morris to Angel Piece of Peace to Evil Exists, all of them. I watch the videos too, and I appreciate that they're all getting to the bottom. Is this a revenge thing? Was it somebody spiked this kid so that they could take him out, and then this boat takes him away? I don't know. Let me know what you think down below. Thank you for all the likes, the subscribes, and everything that you do to support the channel. All the snooper chats, whether they're PayPal or they're on here. I greatly appreciate all of the support. I love you. To the moon and back. That's a wrap.